and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today, guys, we're talking all about Cardano. After being at the summit, we have some fantastic new partnerships to kind of drop on you guys. We're going to go down into a little bit of detail on each one of these over the course of the next couple of videos. So in this particular video, we are going to be talking about one of the partnerships in a lot of detail and why this is huge for Cardano and what potentially this does bring to the future of Cardano as well. So guys, as we get into this, if you do find it useful and informative, make sure you hit that like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Right, with this said, done out of the way, let's dive right down into what is going on here with the Cardano Summit, what a partnership has been announced, and why this is very, very good for Cardano. So, and we're going to kick things off with the top line news, right? This is a partnership or partners with basically Chainlink to integrate oracles for advanced smart contracts, right? So I'm going to go through a little bit of brief what this is actually about on here, and then I'm going to dive into obviously what Chainlink is for those who do not know, and the current performance of Chainlink and the impact that Cardano is having on Chainlink, and obviously vice versa. So basically, the Cardano team has just published a blog post announcing the partnership with Chainlink that will result in integrating Chainlink's oracles, right? So these will help developers build smart contracts for the Cardano DeFi apps, okay? So, a huge way, for those who do not know, we'll get into what Chainlink is in a moment, but basically, being able to bring in real-world data into these smart contracts for the use of DeFi. The collaboration was announced during, obviously, the Cardano Summit on the 25th of September. We were obviously there. We were streaming bits and pieces as we could. The streaming didn't actually go according to plan. The signal strength wasn't the best, etc. So we managed to get a couple out, but nothing too major. So we are going to be slicing in some of the footage that we had when we were down there in the video, and obviously talking about what this particular partnership is, right? So obviously there's a tweet from 𝗗𝗂𝗪, what's going on, but basically Cardano teams up with Chainlink, and the Chainlink's Oracle networks supply data to blockchain networks and allow smart contracts to work with results of elections, sports statistics, crypto rates, etc. And they can operate weather data. Chainlink is basically now working with some fintech companies that will be bringing parametric insurance to South Africa and other types of data as well. So overall, there's quite a lot going on, right? And Chainlink's oracles help run hybrid smart contracts on any distributed ledger technology network. Presently, Chainlink secures billions of USD in DeFi apps, gaming apps, platforms related to insurance and other top industries, right? So this is huge. Obviously, so Chainlink is to power the Cardano smart contracts. The integration of these oracles into the Cardano DLT will allow devs teams to supply institutional grade data provided by Chainlink into their smart contracts. And the oracles will support prediction apps that deal with sports data, weather data necessary for insurance apps. They will be applied to the sphere of gaming and digital collectibles like NFTs and etc. via multiple different partnerships. So founder of 𝗗𝗂𝗪, Charles Hoskinson, stated that Chainlink oracles are necessary for advanced smart contracts, and they will provide real-world data to the Cardano blockchain. He emphasized that Cardano intends to provide developers with best tools for creating solutions that will be of actual use, right? So that's the kind of news that has kind of dropped on us, but what is actually going on here? Why is this a big deal? So when we actually jump over to what is Chainlink in just as a brief couple of minutes, Chainlink is a decentralized network of nodes that provide data and information from off-blockchain sources to on-blockchain smart contracts via what they call oracles, okay? So they do this in a very clever way. So in summary, the Chainlink is a decentralized oracle network that provides real-world data to smart contracts on blockchains. The smart contracts are pre-specified agreements on the blockchain that evaluate information and automatically execute when certain conditions are met, right? So link tokens are the digital assets token used to pay for the services of the network, right? And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on this, but to understand the benefits of Chainlink, you have to understand how it functions. You need to understand some fundamentals, interconnected concepts, and basically, obviously, it starts with a smart contract. Now, for the most part, if you're invested in Cardano, I think you're going to be pretty familiar with the smart contract concept. But basically, this is how you're going to go about getting real-world data onto on chain and into a smart contract, right? I'm going to link this into the description. It is a very useful article that will help you understand, what Chainlink are doing, how they actually go about doing this in a decentralized way, rather than using just, one centralized source. The approach that Chainlink take is very, very good and very clever. So do recommend actually reading this article in detail so you can understand just how big Chainlink is. There's a reason that it's integrated almost everywhere, and why this is a big deal for obviously for Cardano smart contracts, because it's a wealth of information that's off chain coming on chain, right? And it's important that this is something that you do understand if you're invested in Cardano, because this isn't a small kind of partnership. It's quite a big deal. Obviously, Chainlink are partnered up with so many different projects around the space, but for Cardano to have this kind of the powerhouse of Chainlink as an oracle provider for their smart contracts really is a testament to how serious Cardano are about making their blockchain, very, very powerful going further forward. So obviously this is really good for Cardano, but it also has an impact also on Chainlink, right? So obviously we talk about Chainlink, we're invested in Chainlink on the channel, and we talk about the things that are going on here with Link in terms of the prices, expectations are over the course of this bull run. We have seen over 3,800% in gains from the start of the bull run up to where we started to see a peak up here in May. We obviously had the pullback with the kind of pullback with Bitcoin, really coming down to a low area of $13.36, and then we started to push back up. Bitcoin pulled us back down. We know what's been going on most recently, but what's really interesting is we can see another 636% on the horizon here for Chainlink, right? We can see this thing pushing up to $182. And what actually happened, if we take a look at this daily chart, yesterday is we actually saw this thing was plummeting down. Yesterday, we got a closed candle here. We opened up, we pulled down, and then the news broke and we shot right up. Now, obviously, there's a sell the news event. We're pretty much at a dojo right now in terms of the same opening and closing position. We'll have to see how today goes overall. If we actually jump down into our hourly, you can actually see the exact hour that this thing absolutely went a bit nuts, right? And for us, we can see that we'll pull down on the 24th. We can see that we started to get some traction, and then it was basically last night, right? We got the news broke, and basically we started to see this push up, and we see us sell the news event. We pulled back down again. This is not unnatural because we are overbought as well, so natural area to see that pullback coming in. And at the bottom here we hit it hard again. More news is breaking, and people are finally catching up with what's going on, and we're starting to see this move right back up again, right? So some fantastic movements on Chainlink recently. I don't think this is like a long-term thing. I think the correction that we've seen is almost over, and we'll start to see a good push back out of this area soon. If we come back up into our daily, for example, we can see some interesting kind of things going on here with many of these altcoins. They are kind of forming this cup and handle kind of pattern where we can potentially see this thing absolutely surging again to the upside. So some interesting times are lying ahead for October for Chainlink, but again, it's important to we do acknowledge the good progress that Chainlink has had on the back of this fantastic news with partnerships with Cardano. Obviously, Cardano is also performing incredibly well, and something that I do think that is going to continue to grow in this space. The Cardano Summit was fantastic. It was fantastic to meet many of our subscribers down there. We missed out on getting some of the footage, but we did have some fantastic conversations with our subscribers whilst we were down there at the Cardano Summit, which was fantastic. So, guys, I'm going to leave the video there, but hopefully you have found this video useful, informative. Do check out the links in the description for the news articles, and of course what Chainlink is and why it's important to the Cardano ecosystem. Good reads, get into them, understand what's going on if you're not already familiar. If you have liked it, hit the like button. I appreciate that. If you are new, why not subscribe? Tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With this said, done, and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.